Well.
What? Oh, what happened?
What happened to Daniel?
And Daniel is dead.
You can't see, but in the studio right now, Daniel has perished.
Did somebody say dead?
Oh,
What?
We're getting to it really early
That was
today.
really clever. Is that what you had for the intro?
Yes.
I hate you.
This sucks.
No, we don't have a topic.
Well, I was gonna ask.
You said you had one.
I was gonna ask, you should have done it in like a later bit, like 5 minutes in.
Well, I hate this guy.
Well, you did
is mine.
immediately bring attention to it.
Would you think we're just gonna sit there for 5 minutes with your corpse?
Like, what is
All
Daniel
right,
doing?
okay, all right. Well, okay. We'll start over.
Okay, ignore
Alright,
the fact that Daniel's dead. What? Daniel's alive.
Oh yeah.
Our topic doesn't have to do with dead today. Well, actually, I guess we do know what the topic is because last week I said to Xander when we were closing, I was like, "Oh, we didn't pick a topic this week. What should it be next week?" And I said, "What do you want it to be?" Oh, that just reminded me. Minutes before this, we were like, "Oh, let's decide what we're gonna do next week," and then we got sidetracked because of text messages from our parents. Well, we'll decide at the end.
No. Well, I have
the
a
spot.
question for you.
What's
Dan.
your question?
And Daniel, you can come back to life for this one because I would like.
man.
And then we'll proceed with.
Oh,
the bit.
okay.
If you were, doesn't have to be Nintendo. If you were to kill any video game franchise,
No.
what would you? What
Oh, that's a good
franchise
question.
you
What would I kill? Let me think. Actually, Xander, you start because I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Me personally, I don't know. I could go a lot of different ways, especially because there's a lot of stuff that's just dying. But like I said, it doesn't have to be Nintendo.
Yeah.
I think I would just kill Call of Duty. Like, come on, how many more do we need? Like, it's a yearly
It's
release.
fair.
I don't think any franchise should have a yearly release, unless you're Madden or FIFA or NBA. Or,
2K or
the
MLB
show.
The Show.
Or
Any sports game. NHL.
NHL, or I don't know, whatever else there is.
You see, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say we should kill specifically FIFA because
Oh, really?
Why FIFA specifically?
I have a personal vendetta against FIFA.
What is this? What is this personal vendetta?
It is that is the game that people would come into the arena and play for 5 hours on both TVs and not give it up. And I
Well-
want to spite those people and kill FIFA.
Here's my take on that. I'm not necessarily a big fan of any of those sports games or anything. Like, I don't play them, but I think FIFA. If we're gonna get rid of all. Or just like get rid of all the sports games and leave one. I think FIFA should be the one to stay, just
Yeah.
because it's a game
'Cause
that
it's soccer.
everybody internationally can kind of understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, my other answer was League of Legends.
Oh, but of course.
Now that's a
but then we
great
wouldn't get
answer.
the TV shows.
We wouldn't get Arcane.
I would never.
Trevin
watch-
Ricklick would be so sad.
I've never watched any of these.
Trevin Ricklick is the #1 Arcane lover.
Really?
He mistakenly the other day said that he is a big League of Legends guy instead of saying he's a big Arcane guy. And I was like, Trevin, there's a huge difference.
There is.
Learn it.
One of them sweats.
The other watches a TV show.
Jacob,
I'm actually so stumped right now. I'm trying to genuinely think. I can't think of a single franchise
that you just never
that I would
want
really
to see
want
again.
to die. I feel like, I don't know, there's not a single franchise that I'm like, oh man,
No.
I hate this game franchise. I wish it would die.
There's no like relaxing farming games.
I
you
was
want
thinking
to
about
just
like farming sims, but
kill the
no,
franchise.
no, because like I love Stardew Valley. That's one of my I wouldn't say favorite games that I've played in the last couple. Well, maybe it's one of my favorite games played in the last couple of years. Stardew Valley. It's a good game. I actually don't know. I might have to just like interject randomly in the episode if I think of anything.
Okay, we'll do
I
that.
genuinely can't think of any game.
We'll do that. But anyways, if you noticed, I think Daniel's gone quiet. What happened to him?
I think Daniel died.
Is he dead?
Did somebody say dead?
Dead Nintendo franchises. They are full of surprises.
What?
What do you guys know about dead video game franchises?
Oh boy!
goodness.
I say we talk about it.
Oh, what a wonderful idea!
What a
Wonderful idea. We had no idea what we were going to talk about, but I got an idea now.
Okay.
Anyways, Jacob, start us off.
Start us off? Oh, okay.
I would just say like, okay.
All right. I guess I'll start us off then.
Well, first off, just a little introduction. We've decided to speak about deceased video games.
Yes.
And deceased video games, dead games, can consist of, they have different variables. There's games that just still, show up in media today but have never had a game since. There's games that developers just decided they don't want to do anything else with this, and there's like games that physically had to stop for like real life reasons. But yeah, we're primarily gonna stick around with Nintendo. I did put one non-Nintendo game on there because Daniel suggested it, which I thought was a pretty good idea because that was one of the examples of games that had to stop. But anyways, Jacob, would you like to start us off?
I will start us off, actually. So Xander so kindly wrote down the notes for today's episode. How kind of him.
Oh.
And he has a list of game franchises and whatnot, and some notes about them, dead game franchises. And as I looked through them, I haven't played any of these. I literally haven't played any of these.
Really?
So maybe they died for a reason. There's literally not a single one on here that I played.
Way.
So I guess I will say one that I wish didn't die, because it's the only one that I actually very nearly played, was Advance Wars. Advance Wars, when they did the 1 and 2
I was gonna say,
Reboot
did they
camp.
do like remakes? Recently?
Yeah, they just did a remake of the first 2 games a couple years ago. So I don't know if I would entirely consider this game franchise dead, but I mean, Xander put on there in 2023 to have the remake. But yeah, I mean, I would say it's dead because there's only been 2 games. And the last one came out in like what 97 or something like that. I don't know, late 90s.
Hold on, which game are we talking about? I got sidetracked.
Advance Wars 2.
Advance Wars. Well, technically, it had 4 games, and then the Reboot camp. I put the years in there for a specific one. The Reboot camp came out, and it was supposed to come out in like 2021 or something like that. But there was real life issues going on there that we will not speak about. So they had to release it a little later. But before that, the last one was on the DS. I don't have a year. I believe it was Days of Ruin.
Oh, I honestly didn't know that there was. I thought there was just the first 2.
There was the first 2. There was I put it down if you read the notes, bro.
I did. I'm looking right
There's
here.
Dual Strike and Days of Ruin or something like that.
I thought those were the names of 1 and 2.
No, there was Advance Wars, and then there was Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising. Okay. So the way it worked is obviously it's about war, and the characters portray specific like countries, like you'll know, like there's one based off America, there's one based off Germany, there's one based off I can't even remember the other ones.
What are other nations?
But there's a Japanese one, and it's primarily
name 10 different countries.
Oh, and Russia, obviously, like a big ice country.
Yeah.
But they're all just these kind of goofy personalities that just kill each other in war.
It's a goofy game where there's war.
It genuinely is. But the whole premise of Advance Wars 2 was that these like emo people wanted to take over the world. And but yeah, Days of Ruin was like surprisingly like dark. Like the whole premise is it takes place in the post-apocalyptic future of Advance Wars and everything.
Okay, sure.
I haven't played the 2 DS games, but I do not like the Advance Wars games, comparing them to Fire Emblem.
See, when I had like played Fire Emblem. Well, actually, before I played Fire Emblem, when they announced Reboot Camp, I'd put it in my wish list because I was like, oh, that looks fun. Because I'd always been interested in that style of like turn-based, like RPG. What do you call that? Tactical?
Yeah.
Tactical RPG. Yeah, tactical RPG. It always looked interesting to me, but I never got into Fire Emblem because the like JRPG kind of like anime-esque style of it never appealed to me. I've since learned the error of my ways. I've since played Fire Emblem and is quite good.
Advance Wars just does it differently. Like in Fire Emblem, you're given units.
Yeah.
And you're like, take these units and go.
Yeah.
Go win. Whereas Advance Wars relies on strategy, because instead of turns, the turn system are days.
Yeah.
And every day you get more money, and the more like places you have captured, the more money you get.
Yeah.
And then you have to like summon more of, you know, tank, infantry, whatever kind of unit it is from your home base, and they have to walk all the way over to where you need them to go. So in some cases it's just annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, when they announced it in 2021, like I said, put it on my wish list. I was really excited for it, and then it kept getting delayed into 2020, early 2022, and then late 2022, and then 2023. So by the time it came out, I just thought the hype for it, for me personally, had just kind of dwindled. Like, it still looked fun, but I don't know. After waiting 2 years, I was just kind of just moved on mentally. I was like, eh.
Yeah. I was always super hyped to play it. I remember I saw the delay. I was like, no, I was crushed.
Yeah.
And as soon as it came out, like release day, bought it full price at GameStop just because that's how excited I was for it. And I played it, you know, two campaigns in the Switch version.
Yeah.
I played the first campaign. I was like, it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I waited 2 years to
and then,
be okay.
that came out when I was in high school. So I played that in high school, and then second semester of freshman year, I finished the second campaign. I was just chugging through it. I was like, oh, I gotta get this done.
Yeah.
So I am proud to say I have since beat the game, and I probably won't play the GBA games for a long time, but I do have the DS games I do want to play. Daniel, what do you have to say about Advance Wars?
I know. Gosh darn, these wars are pretty advanced.
They're pretty advanced. Well, how about this, Daniel? What's a game franchise, Nintendo or otherwise, that died, that pains your soul, on the list or not on the list?
You know me. I love my Punch-Out. Oh,
that's right.
I love Punch-Out.
Hey, great work, Mac. Now let's take down the next circuit. Quick feet, Mac. Quick feet. Work 'em, Mac. Work 'em. Right, left, right. That's it, baby. Keep it up, Mac. Keep it up.
I've wanted to get my hands on the Wii Punch-Out for a really long time, but I think it's really expensive.
I remember
because it was really popular for a while.
I remember I bought it for, I want to say like $30 a while ago. I'll check the price for you really quick.
We talked about Punch-Out on what episode was that? Was that?
Do we not have Punch-Out?
It might have been the F-Zero episode where we talked about. Yeah, it was the F-Zero. It was the F-Zero episode because we had talked about Switch 2 wishes, and I think you had said, Daniel, one of your wishes in the first year of the Switch was a new Punch-Out game.
Correct.
And I agree wholeheartedly, especially with the Switch's motion control.
I think
gyro.
I think it'd be pretty neat.
I think it could be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Those games have a lot of flair. They have a lot of personality.
They do. So the big ones, the NES and the Wii games, I would say are the better two. Super Punch-Out's okay.
Yeah.
I did
It's just
play
kind of
all the way through.
It's just
Super
kind of the
Punch-Out.
NES one again.
It's just kind of it's the NES one again. The fighters aren't as memorable.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I feel like the Wii one is kind of
Is like the Punch-Out.
NES again. Yeah. It's kind of.
It definitely
It's kind of the same reason why Star Fox has kind of died, because there was this take this with a pound of salt.
A pound.
But I had seen
My tongue is so dry.
a YouTube video last year, and it was, you guys would know this YouTuber, but anyways, he was talking about this guy who worked on the Punch-Out games had apparently like told some reporter or something like that, like offhandedly, and then the reporter had reported on it, that the reason
As they tend to do.
as they tend to do, that the reason why the Punch-Out games died was not because some people thought it was because there's like racial stereotyping, but he said it did not have to do with that. He said it was because they didn't feel like there was new ways to advance the series. Supposedly, like what
An
he had
F-Zero situation.
yeah, supposedly what he had said was like the NES or the SNES game was just kind of the NES, but super, like better
Super.
graphics and, you know,
We had a
couple new
super move.
yeah, and then the Wii one, now we're in 3D and, you know, we have motion controls. We can do it again. But then he said after that, I guess that they just felt like they didn't know how else to do Punch-Out without just doing Punch-Out again. Like, without falling into the trap of just releasing a new Punch-Out with nothing different but new fighters, which I guess is fair. On one hand, it's fair. But on the other hand, I honestly don't think there's a problem with having, even if it's like low-ish effort, like they like reuse assets and models and stuff between games, just like a lower budget like Punch-Out game comes out every few years, like kind of like how Mario Party, like most of the time. Now newer Mario Parties have done new ideas, but for a while there, the only thing that differentiated Mario Party games was just like boards and the mini games. Like there wasn't anything drastically new, so I think Punch-Out could do that.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like a huge problem with sequels or just more additions to things is just, you know, sometimes adding new content is like a bad thing in some situations. So obviously, I think we all want to see a new Punch-Out, but like with the Punch-Out arcade and Super Punch-Out specifically, like they went so in depth with like different characters of different sorts. If they like kind of remade that, I feel like some people would just be like, all right, I don't know how much more Punch-Out I can take.
I mean, I don't agree, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, at the same, like I love Punch-Out. Like,
Because I feel like there's a lot of people who would like Punch-Out, but have never had the chance to play it. Like, I think I'd like Punch-Out at least decently, but obviously I was not alive when the first two came out. And when the Wii was out, I mean, I played the Wii a lot, but I wasn't really at the age where I was able to decide so much what games I bought.
right now
And-
the game is about $40, by the way.
Oh, so I guess it's not bad.
It's not terrible.
But, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know, Daniel. I'm sorry for hijacking
It's okay.
your pick. What else did you want to say about Punch-Out?
Mainly what I was gonna say is even if they just like released like sort of like an HD remake of the version on the Switch and added like some new stuff, it was like Punch-Out Plus or something, I would
Yeah.
eat that up.
Yeah,
like
that'd be cool.
And I think if the Wii Punch-Out wasn't the last, I can't remember if Doc Lewis's Punch-Out came a little before, a little bit after.
The
This
like
was-
WiiWare thing.
Yeah, it was
I think that was before. I think that was like a demo.
It was
It
like
was
a week before. Yeah, it was like to get
was
people
a-
excited.
It was like a Club Nintendo thing that you have.
Now
to,
it's a
had to
band
get.
giveaway.
I have it actually.
Oh, okay.
But
Abandoned in the sense that you can't purchase it.
You can't, like,
through
do
the-
official means.
I got it through the source of the thing I went to prison for.
Yeah.
So thus I've learned.
You
my
win your
lesson.
4 life counts.
I've learned my lesson. But
Never do it again.
Exactly. But I mean, this game, it was so good, and it still holds up so much today with just characters, like with incredible personalities for just being, you know, fight this guy. And
Yeah.
even the
Kinda like F-Zero.
Wii version had Donkey Kong at
They
the
put
end.
they
What?
snuck Donkey Kong
Yeah.
into the like post game. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then they had the title defense matches, like
You get Glass Joe, but
Glass
he's got a
Joe,
helmet
he's got a
on.
helmet.
Oh yeah.
Because this doctor is like, you can't fight anymore. You've been beaten up 100 times. you need a
Permanent
helmet.
brain damage.
And Von Kaiser gets a haircut.
I like how some of the differences between like the fighters in going into title defense are so like different in their like motivation.
Yeah.
Like Von Kaiser just gets a haircut.
Yeah, some of them are
But,
like,
like-
substantial. Like, doesn't King Hippo actually get like a manhole
He
cover?
tapes a manhole
yeah,
cover to his
like
stomach.
his actually would make him a formidable foe, and then Von Kaiser, no,
Well, okay,
his
but
hairstyle.
my two favorite examples of this.
And then Soda Popinski,
Soda
because he
Popinski.
drinks actual just steroids.
Aaron Ryan finds
yeah.
Little Mac's gloves or something.
Turns him into a
Turns
flail.
him into like Krakavori. Like he makes those with him. Just starts swinging them around, and the ref is like,
I was like, yeah, that's fine.
it's like
care,
Little
bro.
Mac gets knocked. Oh my goodness, knocked out
Yes.
because he's putting like steel objects in these gloves and
putting
swinging
balls.
them around.
Spinning them around.
And the ref is like, 1, 2, 3. And then you got
I like Mr. Sandman who just tears down a building with his bare hands because he's so mad.
Bear hugger.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
has a
He
squirrel
literally
in
just
his
keeps a
head.
squirrel in his hat,
Yeah.
and the squirrel choreographs his
Like
moves.
Ratatouille-esque.
Yeah, it's. I think that was
Except
such
he's bald.
It was such
Yeah.
such a cute idea.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Xander, this was our chance to talk about Punch. I'm glad we got to. I always
me
wanted
too.
to do a Punch Out episode,
Yeah.
but what are we gonna talk about Punch Out?
Xander
Well, we
wanted
just
to do.
did.
There
Xander
you
wanted to
go.
do a Punch-Out episode, and I told him no. I should let the audience
Jacob,
know. I
Jacob
killed
always
his
tells
dreams.
me no. But anyways, here's just a.
What's a game franchise, Xander, that pains your heart that it was killed?
There's so many.
We'll pick one.
Let me pick.
back
Let me
to-
pick.
we'll
this.
get back to
Let me
more
pick
later.
this one. I wanted to talk. Daniel mentioned this while I was writing notes. I was like, hey, let me know if you think about anything. And he mentioned Metal Gear, and I know this isn't Nintendo. We've truly lost the Triple Jelly Donut spark.
Our branding has changed.
Hey, next week we can do a real Triple Jelly Donut Extreme
Exactly.
episode. Today's filler.
Today's
I'm flying
filler.
out, or I'm going to the airport as soon
Yeah,
as we finish
Daniel wasn't
this.
even gonna be here. He was gonna be in well, not in Massachusetts yet, but he was gonna be at the airport during
I'm at
this.
the airport at the airport hotel.
Yeah.
waiting to go to Massachusetts.
But luckily, he decided he wouldn't want to miss such a great day of
Ah,
of
yes, that's what it
recording.
was, and not the blizzard that was happening.
No. But anyways, I love Metal Gear. It's such a narrative-driven, story-based
It's pretty base.
what amalgamation.
Oh my goodness!
Like, the first game is about Snake and his endeavors. The second game's about Snake. The third game's about Snake. The fourth game's about Snake. But then the fifth game, that's about Snake's father back in 1962. And then the
What?
sixth game is about Snake being old. And then the seventh game is about Snake's father who faked his death, and you play as his clone.
What?
Who was what? And then the next game is about Raiden, who's just there and he's emo for some reason.
Wow.
There's so much lore-based stuff, but I don't even remember what the deal was. But Konami told Hideo Kojima, they said, Kojima,
Knock it off.
get out of here. And they kicked him out.
Come out.
So Kojima has since then gone to make Death Stranding and the such,
And the
which I hear is pretty good
Heard it's
game.
good, yeah.
Pretty good. But the main problem with this is he no longer has like the title, the licensing to
license,
make
yeah.
more Metal Gear games. So
Yeah.
like after they kicked him out, they made Metal Gear Survive, which was probably one of the worst flops in video game history.
Oh my
It
God.
was kind of the same gameplay as Metal Gear Solid 5, like the Phantom Pain, where you get to like walk around.
Ouch of my phantom pain.
Exactly. You get to like walk around this big environment. It's kind of more open world based. Well, and that's what Survive was about, except you play as this nobody who has to constantly be searching for food and water and take things back to the base. And there's something about wormholes, and they're like zombies. And
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know, and they released this at like, I want to say like 2017, 2018, something like that. And Video Game Donkey made a video on it, which I still enjoy watching to this day. And he's like, Metal Gear Zombies, everybody loves zombies 10 flipping years ago.
That's true.
And this is just an example. One of those games just had to die.
Yeah.
If there was
It was the circumstances.
it was just the circuit. It was very unfortunate. Maybe we would have lived in a better timeline, but that was one of Konami's biggest mistakes in history, is firing Kojima.
Truth.
But I don't even remember why. But
I don't either.
oh my goodness! If you ever get the chance to play a Metal Gear game, they're truly beautiful.
Yeah.
But now they're just stuck releasing remasters and remakes. They're coming out with the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I'm
It
still
is
in a
what it
dream,
is.
Snake Eater. But I know you guys love talking about Metal Gear. So Jacob, tell me about a different game.
I was gonna say I only know one. I only know anything about one Metal Gear game, and it's the one that's the least like every other Metal
Snakes
Gear game.
in Smash Bros.
That
is true.
He
That is
that's
true.
That's the extent of my Metal Gear
he's in
Solid
Fortnite.
knowledge.
He's in Fortnite.
Oh, he is, isn't he? Well, I went back through and I looked through the list that Xander had sent while you were yapping about a game franchise that no one could care about.
Oh, you've opened up a new game.
I'm kidding.
A video game franchise only a mother could love.
And I realized there are 2 games on here that I have played, but I genuinely didn't even think, I just my eyes glazed over them because I think this is a rare example of I think these games did need to die. I think these games should remain dead because I don't think the market's there anymore. And those 2 games, and I'll talk about them at the same time because they both are products of their time, and that's why they needed to die, would be Brain Age and Nintendogs.
They only would have worked on the DS.
Yeah, both of these were DS titles. And
If I may interrupt.
yeah, you may interrupt.
To some extent, it's still kind of living
Brain Age?
through this game that just came out on the Switch called Big Brain
Academy, yeah.
Still kind of, but what kid goes to
wants to
GameStop
play
and says,
Brain Academy.
I want to play Big Brain Academy, Mom."
Exactly, yeah.
Screw this Zelda game.
That's probably a very happy mother. Actually, my kid wants to play the math game. Sure,
go for it.
But no. So both these games definitely products of their time. Brain Age, for the longest time, because the DS that I had was a DSi XL technically, and those came with.
Thank you for clarifying.
Those came with.
I needed to know.
Sorry. Those came with the Brain Age pre-installed. And I thought that every DS was like that. I didn't realize until years later that people actually had to pay for Brain Age. And I think it's such a hard sell nowadays for several reasons. The main reason is mobile games. Brain Age, not that I don't think there are mobile games that are of the same quality of Brain Age when it comes to that stuff, but there's so many brain teaser-esque games. And also, I don't think the WiiWare, DSware, I don't think that style of low budget kind of I don't think it's in style as much as it used to be. And then also the big factor is Brain Age relied a large bit on the touchscreen. And there's nothing on the market right now that is touchscreen focused. The Switch has touchscreen, but you have to play in handheld.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
And Nintendogs, I feel the same way about, but for different reasons. It's also a product of its time. I think that mobile games also kind of killed this style of game. I think it's the same reason why, despite an outcry for a new Tomodachi Life, Nintendo is hesitant to do one.
Mm-hmm.
Because those style of games where you check in each day and play for an hour tops, you know what I'm saying? You just check in and do a couple activities and then check back in tomorrow. Those have to be on a handheld system. No one is booting up the TV for their, okay, apparently both of these gentlemen are
I do this
raising
in
their
Animal
hands.
Crossing.
Yeah, I was
all the
gonna say
time.
Animal Crossing does exist,
But they do have their own mobile game.
That's true. Yeah, I
But
guess.
Pocket Camp. blows.
That is true, but I
it's
feel like-
people who don't have a Switch or anything
But
like
I feel
that.
like Animal Crossing is more than just checking in once a day for a small bit. You do check in daily, but I feel like there's so much more to do. Like Nintendogs, after you do like genuinely 30 minutes, like after you walk your dog and wash it once, like what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of it has to do with just how easy those kinds of games are to make.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo did it, and they were like, "Yep, here's your dogs." But then, like, you look at the Switch, you look up pets on the eShop.
Yeah.
You have
10
so much
trillion.
shovelware.
Half of them are AI generated.
Yeah.
But that's
Exactly.
besides the point.
So now in a market where there's no primary handhelds anymore, and also the casual market has moved on to mobile, I just don't think that style of game is really going to come back. I think that Tomodachi Life, I brought that up, has a better chance of coming back. And that's a game franchise that's dead. We could have put that on the list. You know what? I'm putting that on my own list. Tomodachi Life.
Oh no, for his show he does by himself.
Yes,
Oh.
because Tomodachi Life had Tomodachi Collection on the DS only in Japan, because Nintendo thought that it would
And
be
Europe.
Oh, and Europe. My bad.
And you're up.
They thought that it would be too weird for the States, because apparently Western audiences don't like kookiness, I guess.
Look at Katamari Damacy. We
Right,
got that.
right, but not this one. This one, impossible. They said there's no way they'd like this.
Well, you forgot. Do you remember Mitomo?
And I was getting there.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Mitomo
Okay.
came later.
Yeah, you're good.
And then Mitomo came out for mobile, and I don't really have much
And
to
then
say
they
about
shut it.
Mitomo.
Me and my little brother used to send each other messages all the time. I had so much fun in that game.
really? I never
loved
downloaded
getting
it.
the costumes and like the pachinko machine.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It was so much fun. I was genuinely devastated when they quit. Like when they
Supporting it?
Yeah, quit. They stopped supporting it.
Yeah.
And I was so mad.
But then Tomodachi Life came out. I think it was 2014, so over a decade ago. I think it was 2014. And they said, you know what?
And it was peak.
We'll throw it in the West. Maybe they're ready for this. And it was a huge success. I feel like
And it
Tomodachi
still
Life
is.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the 3DS's most beloved titles, and it's one of the few titles that was that well regarded that's still trapped on the 3DS. I feel like all the other big 3DS
Yeah.
titles have had ports or just a better version of it, but Tomodachi Life is stuck. And last year, 2024, people were really clamoring for a Tomodachi Life remake, and because basically, at least I think it's because Switch Sports had came out the year prior,
Yeah,
and
and-
Nintendo like sidelined the Miis, which they've been doing since the Switch came out, but it kind of brought to light how
Except for
much.
Utopia. They
It-
did
I'm
release
getting
the
there.
Miitopia
I'm getting there. But, I'm getting
there. I'm getting there.
And people were clamoring for Tomodachi Life, and so Nintendo said, "I've got your Mii game, Miitopia."
To be fair, I love
Now, to be
Miitopia.
fair, I love
Miitopia's fire.
I
I love
love
that game.
Miitopia. No. Don't get it twisted. I genuinely love Miitopia, but a new Tomodachi Life or a new Miitopia game. I think that a new one of either. I think a port of Tomodachi Life I still would have been a little okay. I think the fact that it was a remake is really what I was like kind of miffed, because it's not like the incessant remakes of Wii U games on Switch, which are needed because the Switch didn't sell very well, so none of those games sold really well. So you
I'm
can
sorry,
reach-
the Switch
the
didn't
Switch
sell
didn't sell
very well.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God.
My-
They can't leave.
Oh, they can't leave.
It looks like everyone's staying in Vermilion.
I don't want to hear it. The Wii U sold really poorly, so Nintendo re-released a bunch of stuff on Switch, so it reached a larger audience. But the 3DS sold well, so why'd they remake Miitopia? I don't. On their
question.
system that has almost no Miis, I don't get it.
I know, but they did create the best Mii maker
That is
ever.
true.
To
ever
use it
created.
for one-
To use it for one game and never again.
I don't think Nintendo really realized what kind of story they made with Miitopia. Cause I genuinely think when they were like, what if we made a Mii RPG
And it was. and they had the
and-
Dark Lord.
and some
Dark
guy
Lord.
was like, what do you want the story to be though? It's like, just make something up. I don't care.
Just write it as you go.
And it's like, what if we had a cool chef guy who gives you food? What if we had a picture guy who just takes pictures, but you have to pay him, but
You have to pay a picture for random awkward screenshots in the middle of your fight.
Exactly. It's like, what if we just put faces on there? Yeah, I think that's a good
I think
idea.
that works.
It's just such a goofy.
What if you got
game.
separated from your party at 3 different points in the game?
I still think that's a cool
Oh, I love it. No, I love it.
'Cause
I think especially when you have the really big party.
Because then when they come back at the end, yeah.
Yeah, I just wish they let all like classes be available to you from the start. Because at the end of the game, you have to unlock the elf class.
Yeah.
and
You have to unlock the elf class and the vampire class,
class.
which
Yeah.
is so weird because I don't know
forgot
why
about
they
that,
didn't
yeah.
just put those in the story.
Exactly, like
Because they're pretty cool, but I still haven't even bothered to get the elf class.
I
I've
would
never
love to have
used
the
either.
elf on my team.
The elf
Yeah, I
on
don't
the
think I've
shelf.
ever used either of them. Genuinely, I've until you mentioned it, I forgot those existed.
Exactly. Like nobody really cares all that much, but on the 3DS, I almost 100% of this game. I loved it so much.
I played it I played it through twice, I think, but neither time did I 100% it. Just because the post game is so.
The post game's
long.
the post game's really long, and I don't feel like it has a whole lot to offer. Besides, go here, fight these guys.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of dropped having like. Correct me if I'm wrong, Xander, since you actually played a lot of post games. But doesn't it not have much in the way of story beats in the post game?
In the way of story beats, not necessarily. You unlock 2 new areas, the Galados Islands,
Yeah,
and I
and
love that.
Yeah.
I love that area. That's my favorite area in the game. But then they add the new,
Like the city.
The city, I see. I don't.
yeah.
That's what killed it for me. I didn't like
It's just
it.
a boss rush
Yeah.
place essentially. It's it's okay.
It's fine.
But
You get a dragon.
You get a dragon.
You get a dragon.
Well, you get a dragon in the story.
early, yeah. That's how you're supposed to get to like the cloud area.
Oh yeah, you're
You
right.
get it
actually.
after beating the Dark Lord the first time.
You're right. You're right. I forgot. For some reason, I was thinking that was after you feed him the second time.
Yeah, but we should just talk about me games sometime.
Wait,
no matter what it is.
I would love that. Who was it? When I was
think
trying to come up with ideas yesterday, might have been Nathan Delaney. Someone in the bullpen was like, "You should do an episode on Wii Sports, but we should actually do a me episode."
Me?
All right,
And
since
that-
we
that
didn't
would
have something
consist of
prepared
all,
next
like,
week.
the Wii games?
All right, next week should we do me games?
No, we
If
gotta
the-
save that for when Dane.
I was gonna say if the phones don't work on
No,
that
that's
week, I
true.
will be so sad.
That's fair enough. Okay, well,
we'll save that one for another time when Daniel's here.
Fair enough.
Which will work.
I've taken up enough of your time. I rambled for a long time about 50 games. Daniel, what's
got-
another franchise that pains the soul?
This came to my mind when we were talking about Punch-Out because it's another game that I wanted to buy around the same time that I'm not sure how much experience you guys have with. It's the Rhythm Heaven series.
Truly.
Specifically, I really wanted to buy Rhythm Heaven Fever.
Rhythm Heaven Fever.
Because that was
Yeah.
going around a lot, but it was really expensive.
Going around
at
like
the
a
time.
fever?
Going around like a fever.
No, for what I hear, this is like the best. The best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people say Rhythm Heaven Fever is so good. I
yeah.
really want to buy it.
I hear that Rhythm Heaven Fever and Elite Beat Agents are like the 2 best rhythm games, period.
I haven't heard much
know about
about
that,
Elite
but-
Beat Agents.
Really?
yeah, I don't know
but-
much about Elite Beat Agents. either.
I know of his
Oh,
existence.
okay, yeah, like
I
at least you
have.
know what it is.
I've
I
heard
have
the
it.
name, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
It's like they have a spirit of it in Smash Bros.
They have lots
for
of
whatever
those.
reason. But I don't know. I never really got into it. It was one of those new play controls on the DS. You know what I'm talking about with the orange icon. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did that with a lot of.
Yeah, the original one on the DS, I don't know as much about, but I know that it's still good, and there's a lot of like mini games and stuff that are really iconic from it.
I was gonna say that's the only time I've played a Rhythm Heaven game is I played it on DS, and I remember I didn't get too far into it because I was just like, I kind of want to 100% this sometime, and I would rather not do it over emulation because I've been to jail multiple times.
That's true.
But it's one of those games you gotta turn to the side.
Yeah.
Just the side. It was pretty fun when I played it.
But Rhythm Heaven Fever though, absolute peak. That game.
Daniel's played it so many times.
I've played so many times when I said that I just have not gotten my hands on it.
But yeah, no, I for a lot of these I put the years in there, and I think the last Rhythm Heaven, where did I?
I think it was Fever, which was on the
no,
Wii.
it was Mega
No.
Mix.
Mega. Oh, you're right.
I just don't remember
That was
what-
on the DS.
I don't remember what.
Mega Mix,
the
wasn't that the
3DS.
same name as WarioWare? Wasn't Mega Mix also?
I'd have been.
Or maybe I'm confusing WarioWare Gold with.
Look up what the name of the one on the GameCube was. It was WarioWare Mega Micro Games, I think.
Oh, maybe.
I think that's what you're mixing.
That probably is.
Oh my goodness, I should have sorted these.
I don't
better.
see Rhythm have it on here.
It's like
I know you put it on here. I remember
it's
reading it.
stuck in there somewhere.
On where? On the.
On his notes. Oh, there it is. Rhythm
there it
Heaven.
is. Oh,
I didn't
Mega
even
Mix
see-
Mega Mix in
2015.
2015.
I
put a
didn't even think
console.
about it.
I don't remember. I think it was on.
I didn't read it on
3DS.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean that would have been 3DS time.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the rhythm games in general are still like living. They're still alive.
Yeah.
This is kind of another. I think this is Namco. Oh my goodness. The Japanese drumming game. The main character's name is
Taiko?
Don.
Yeah, Don-chan. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Taiko.
He used to be a racer.
He was in Mario Kart Arcade GP.
Yeah.
Whoa. Or no, he was in GPDX.
It's something like
Yeah.
that. I do remember. Every time I went to Dave and Buster's, I would always
Yeah.
pick him because I thought he was goofy. I was like, "What is this thing?
Yeah.
What is this game?" But it's still living through that. I can't even think of any other rhythm games that currently.
I don't know. I think this is
Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Oh yeah.
Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
Friday Night Funkin'.
That's feet.
I think to a much lesser extent, this also suffers from the brain age Nintendogs argument I was making earlier. Where I think that this style of game just isn't as popular. I think that rhythm games flourished so well on touchscreen handhelds on the DS and the 3DS, which is why we got so many of them, like Rhythm Heaven Fever, like Elite Beat Agents. You know, like what is the Final Fantasy one that's on 3DS? You know what I'm talking about?
Theatrhythm
That might be weird.
with the little chibi, chibi
little
guys, and
chibi
they
guys,
sing.
yeah. But we got a ton of those. We got a ton of rhythm games on those two consoles. And then since the Switch came out, it's been a lot less. I think it's part of its.
I think just part of being like a home console.
Exactly. Now you can
Yeah.
just pull out your phone and whip out the piano app and start
Exactly.
playing whatever song you want.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is truly an unfortunate world we live in with the advance of technology and the decrease of specific video games just because of
Curses. I mean, I don't care though, because I mean the rhythm
What?
games
This guy
I like.
doesn't care.
this guy doesn't care. That's
guy
all you
doesn't
need to
care.
say.
The rhythm games I like, but the other ones that I was talking about, like Nintendogs Brain Age, they can die. I don't care.
Exactly.
Unless they make Nintendogs
I
plus
didn't mean
cats
that.
plus dragons.
Whoa.
Have you ever heard of
Add funky mode.
You ever heard of Pets Cats 2?
Of course.
You ever heard of Imagine Party Baby?
Oh, I
course,
love
of
that
course.
game. But anyway,
But anyways, and there was
If-
a game
if you don't
franchise
mind.
that pains your soul. Another one.
so this is an example of one that died, but like in a sacrifice kind of way.
Okay.
And
I
that
see.
would be Duck Hunt.
Sacrifice?
Duck
Think
Hunt.
about it. Think
Yes,
about
everyone's favorite franchise, Duck Hunt.
Well, that's the thing. It was a franchise through the NES Zapper. There was Duck Hunt, Wild Gunman, and Hogan's Alley, and all of these games specifically.
It's like a pseudo franchise.
Essentially, like it's its own
like
like
they're
shooter,
like spiritual
shooter franchise.
successor.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of these are still like referenced in Duck Hunt's moveset
Yeah.
and Smash Bros and everything, which I think is a unique detail.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't know how Duck Hunt would play if those games didn't exist.
It's just dog.
but with
And duck and,
And duck.
but with the
And duck. Don't forget
Don't forget the
don't forget the
name.
hunt. Don't forget the hunt either.
Don't forget the duck.
If you watched the Duck Hunt trailer for Smash 4, you would know that Duck Hunt is actually 3 people. There's
Yes,
and the
duck,
person with
Guess there's the
with
person
zapper.
outside
and
the TV.
Exactly. So if your person behind the TV goes down with a heart attack or something, no more smash attacks for you.
That's true.
But this
No more smash attacks or neutral B or side B
exactly. No, you're right.
Or
you're
Final
right.
Smash.
or final smash.
if humans didn't exist, Duck Hunt wouldn't exist. Think about
Whoa.
If ducks didn't exist, Duck Hunt wouldn't
That's
exist.
deep.
Dude, if dogs didn't exist, Duck Hunt wouldn't
Dude,
exist.
They could get by
If
with
nobody existed, nothing would exist.
Oh my god. Food for thought.
Food
What-
for thought.
what-
Usually I would say, I think we should end the episode here, but unfortunately we still have 15 minutes.
But the Zapper obviously became a huge thing because kids in America were like, I love guns! Guns! And Nintendo was like, here's some more.
Hey
Boy,
kid,
do
you
I
want a
have the
gun?
game.
And they came out with the Super Scope on the SNES. I just like calling it
Call
that.
it SNES the SNES.
I just like calling it. That's funny.
Alright.
But
Or the SNES.
and from what I remember, not much really happened with this. They came out with Yoshi Safari, where
Yeah.
Mario rides Yoshi holding a gun and
Actual
just shoots things.
yes.
And
the
there's
United
that.
States of America.
But ultimately, this just one concept in general turned into the Wii remote. Just kind of
It
thinking.
turned into Link's crossbow train.
Turned into Link's crossbow. It turned into.
It turned into Chicken Shoot on the Nintendo
into
Wii.
Cabela's Wild Hunt 2009.
They're just the conduit.
Literally. And then eventually Nintendo was like, hey, we're going to bring a gun extension. Huzzah!
Yay!
Sadly, maybe for the better, this doesn't exist anymore. People have decided,
No more guns.
I guess you could put it up an argument like Mario Galaxy on the 3D All-Stars
going, yeah.
collection.
Yeah, he had a gun in that one.
I mean, well, that's the thing. Well, obviously you're pointing the Wii remote in that game.
Well, I think that this style of game, this like IR Zapper game, is still huge.
I guess you're right.
in
I guess you are.
arcades.
Yeah, in arcades
Like-
and stuff, and in various Bass Pro shops
Yeah.
throughout the nation.
Yeah, but
Exactly,
like when you go to an arcade, genuinely it's filled with like hunting ones and like Halo ones,
Alien.
and Aliens ones. There's this
these
super fun one. Have you guys
dinosaurs.
ever done the Luigi's
Yeah.
Mansion Dark Moon arcade cabinet? I love that one. It's like a whole. It's more than just a cabinet. It's got like a seat in it, and like
Yeah, and it's got
The
like all the maps
from Dark Moon.
From
yeah.
Dark Moon.
No, the first time I played that, I had just played Dark Moon. I think it was like my second time playing it, and I was like, "Oh, this is so sick!" I'm
I-
walking around the map.
I was a big Dark Moon fan.
Yeah,
back in the
I'll
day.
defend Dark Moon to its
I
death.
still will. And I remember like seeing the arcade cabinet, and I was like, "This is so cool! I'm literally in the world that I love playing."
Yeah.
Like I think you can't.
I'm in the
I don't.
world.
I think you can't diss on Dark Moon if you haven't played the arcade cabinet. Hot
Right?
take. Hot take.
That is a broiling hot take. That is the temperature of the
It's
sun.
burning my hand.
All those
even when I'm
people,
near
all
it.
those people sitting behind their computers with their man buns, saying "Dark Moon sucks."
Play the arcade cabinet that's nothing like the game.
It
And
is
then
like the
you'll
game.
see how good
It is like the
I mean,
game.
it
What are
is-
you talking
It
about?
is like the game because it's the same maps and the same ghosts and stuff. But it's also not on a 3DS.
yeah. But
Daniel, what do you think of the arcade cabinet and likewise the 3DS game Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon?
I love Luigi.
yeah.
We should do a Dark
Luigi-
A Dark
Luigi-
Moon
We should do a
episode.
Luigi's Mansion episode and force Daniel to play
No.
Luigi's Mansion. I've never
Because
played.
as we know, I always play the games that we talk about on
Oh,
this.
you played Pikmin though.
I played part of Pikmin.
They didn't
I mean,
finish it.
You played. He played over 3/4 of it. I mean, you were relatively close to the end. I've never played. This is a tangential point I'm about to go on. But
Oh my God, not
oh,
again.
bro.
but
Brother.
but what? Okay, but. I've only ever played the two recent Luigi's Mansion games. Did you guys ever play the 3DS remake?
No, I went to jail
Oh,
after I played
The original?
The original for a little bit,
If
but I
we-
didn't even get that far. into
We
it.
should do a 3D. Oh my goodness, I'm tripping up over my words. We should do a Luigi's Mansion episode. 'Cause
I want to get
I'd-
the GameCube. I will play the GameCube.
I'd
version
love to
eventually.
talk about the weird lore of the 3DS remake. Are you familiar with this?
I don't know, but we might have to save this for another
We'll
time.
save this for
We might-
another
We might
time.
have to. But while I was on the topic of Duck Hunt
Yeah.
and everything, I just wanted to give a brief shout out to my boy Rob.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
See, Rob died because people discovered this thing called friends.
Video
That's
games.
true.
So people
They
went
didn't
out.
need their own robotic operating buddy or whatever.
People went outside. They touched some grass. They met a dude named Daniel, and
That's
they were
true.
like,
Everybody met me.
I don't know if I really need
I
this
have a
this
friend
slow robot to be my buddy. I got Daniel. Like, I can
And
just
then
play games.
I slowly move tops back and forth.
Yeah, but at least he cracks jokes while
I
he's
do
doing it.
crack jokes. I'm like, I go, so what's the deal with airline food? And I spin the funny top. And they go, this guy is awesome.
But yeah, no, they were originally gonna make like 7 or 8 games. I want to say like 6 or 8 actually. I can't remember the specific number, but they ended up coming out with 2, Stack Up and Gyromite.
And they also put him in Mario Kart.
Then they
DS.
I was gonna say, yeah. I
and
was
they
gonna say
reference him
the
in
weird
the
lore.
F-Zero stage on Smash Bros.
Wow.
Port Town Arrow Drive.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like just this big hulking robot in the background with like red eyes.
That's cool.
I was gonna say it takes a minute to realize.
Yeah, Rob has weird lore because like you said, he died. He was like dead on arrival. Like he died immediately. 2 games out and he's done. And then Nintendo, as far as I know, they didn't really mention him for decades. And then
They're like, wait a minute.
we
love Rob.
In the mid 2000s, with Mario Kart DS and Super Smash Bros. Brawl, they were like, no, guys, Rob's still cool. Rob and Smash, guys. Rob and Smash is weird. Rob and Mario Kart is even weirder.
That is true.
Who thought this guy needed to be?
I mean, I kind
of
of get Rob as like a Smash character because he's like retro representation.
Well-
but why is he in why is he in Mario Kart?
because
just kinda-
he's
I
not
think-
even a Mario character.
I really think it's.
he was the
okay,
first
well,
non-Mario Mario character.
Hold on, is this true? I need to check my memory data bank.
Unless you count the Donkey Kong characters as non-Mario since they have their own franchise, but
I don't think they put Diddy Kong in until Wii.
Yeah, because Baby DK, or sorry, Donkey Kong Jr. was in SNES, and he's technically, he's not. He's from Donkey Kong 2.
But Mario's in that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you might be right.
So yeah, he's the first. Because the only other ones is the ones in 8 and 8 Deluxe.
Unless you count the Mii's and Wii.
Ooh.
If you do.
That man is smart and handsome.
Hey, all right.
I was actually. Oh, I'll actually wait until we're done with this current thing because I just thought was gonna pose a question to you all. Whenever we're done with Rob.
I was gonna mention something, but I genuinely forgot.
I took him back with my comment.
I really want to get a Rob though. I think that'd be cool. Just
that
have
would
him
be
propped
dope
up.
to have a Rob. Yeah.
Exactly. But Danny, what question?
What question did you have?
What question would you like to ask?
Would you consider Donkey Kong to be a dead series?
I would not.
No, because
Or at least Donkey Kong Country. Is what I'm thinking.
No. I think that they're poorly using it, but I don't think it's dead because we've only had 2 Donkey Kong Country games in the last decade plus.
And they still.
And
they
they-
still make Donkey Kong content, but it's content.
yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Oh
10.
my
Oh,
gosh,
oh
this guy
my
is clever and smart and
This guy's clever and smart and intelligent and
But they still do. They just came out with the remake
Yeah.
of
the 51st
Returns.
remake
They had
of Donkey Kong Country Returns.
not Country.
Returns.
Well, I guess that I was gonna mention.
And Tropical Freeze
Not
6.
the Game Boy game, not March of the Minis. This is Mario versus
Mario
Donkey
versus
Kong.
Donkey Kong.
And on the Game Boy, they just came out with for the online.
NSO.
Yeah, they just came out with the original like predecessor to
Yeah.
Mario versus Donkey Kong, which is actually a fun
Donkey Kong
like, and
1984.
so creative. It's like
1984?
1990
Something. I know that it's called Donkey Kong. Maybe it's 94.
But-
Because I know it's just called Donkey Kong 19 something.
It had such like unique mechanic, like different stages,
Kong
different
17,
everything.
20.
Like Mario could do backflips and then land on a
Yeah.
handstand and just walk in the handstand.
Yeah.
It was such a creative.
It is. Yeah, it is a
game.
very cool. very
So
cool game.
I feel like something new has got to be coming.
Well, I don't know, because to Daniel's credit, they had something hot with Donkey Kong Country Returns. And then a few years later, they did Donkey Kong Country Returns. because they had him return on the 3DS for Donkey
Yeah.
Kong Country Returns 3D. And then they made a brand new game.
Tropical Freeze.
And then they made Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze with Funky Mode. And then Donkey Kong Country Returns. He returned again.
Again.
On the
He
Switch.
just cannot stop returning.
He
Can't
cannot
stop coming
returning.
back. Make this guy stop coming back. We can't have him keep returning.
So
Kick him out.
So I don't know if I'd call it dead, because like the games are still being pumped out. It's just the same 2 games.
It's
three times.
It's the reanimated corpse of Donkey Kong Country Returns from the dead.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, because Rare was making Metroid Prime 4, and people were hoping, oh, maybe they're also making a third Donkey Kong Country Returns title, and then they scrapped Metroid Prime 4, completely, and restarted from ground zero. And then there was reports that inside reports were coming out that, oh my goodness, such and such employee says they're working on a Donkey Kong Country game. And the reports were true. It was Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Huzzah!
Yay!
So it's like, I don't know why they did that. It's kind of like what I was talking about earlier with remaking Miitopia, where it's like, but even more so, because Donkey Kong Country Returns was already on Nintendo's second most popular system, the Wii, and then it was on a large success, the 3DS, and then they thought, I think there's some people out there who really want to play
really
this game.
haven't played this yet.
They didn't own a Wii or 3DS, and Tropical Freeze just isn't their thing, but they really want to get into the franchise.
Truly. But Jacob, I have another question for you.
Alright.
Building off of Daniel's question. Because me and Daniel had this discussion yesterday and we really didn't know what to think about it. So we just kind of called it a draw. Would you consider Pac-Man a dead franchise?
That's a tough question. Huh.
See, okay, here was our thinking process.
Yeah.
They haven't made an original game in a while. I mean, they come out with the championship games or whatever.
Those don't count.
Whatever it is.
NES Champions.
No,
Pac-
it's just called like Pac-Man Championship.
Yeah.
And it has it's like
Pac-Man,
new Pac-Man.
Miss
It's
Pac-Man.
like Neo Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
then like they also had the Pac-Man World franchise, which they came out with a remake for in I want to say 2021.
Yeah,
maybe.
I forgot they even remade
and
that.
it was repack. But then since then, like they haven't made anything
Except for that
really new.
one Metroidvania game.
We'll get to that in a second, but I want to see
okay.
what
Well, we don't have
I
too
want to
much.
see what Jacob thinks about this.
Do I think Pac-Man is dead?
Is he?
This goes back on what I literally just said, because I just said I think that Donkey Kong Country is still relevant because they've been remaking it. I think Pac-Man is dead. I think Pac-Man is dead. I mean, obviously he's still relevant. Like that's a whole different discussion. He's still relevant, obviously. He's still one of the biggest
Still a gaming titan.
faces. Yeah, because he's still comes out with new remakes, and he's had his show a couple of years back, and he's in Smash.
Oh,
The
of
Pac is
course.
back.
That's what killed him.
Yeah. And so
Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures killed Pac-Man.
So I think he's still relevant, but I think as a gaming franchise, yeah, he is dead. I think the last original game, was it not Pac World 2 on the GameCube?
Pac-Man World
Pac-Land.
3? Oh.
I think, unless you want to count those championship
Yeah.
games. Oh, they are coming out with a game, and I showed this to Daniel yesterday. It is a Metroidvania where you play as a normal character, but this little Pac-Man just like follows you.
Oh.
So
And then you can get like the Pac-Man virus, like where you
I've
turn
heard of-
into
I was
Pac-Man.
gonna say,
I genuinely
It's-
feel like I've heard about
it's got the
this.
most generic name. It's called Shadow Labyrinth.
I feel like I've heard about this.
And if you just watch a trailer for it, like
Yeah.
you'll see like, oh,
Like, oh, so that is a Pac-Man Metroidvania. Like a Metroidvania that has Pac-Man.
exactly. But Jacob, we don't have much time left.
We don't.
But I still want you to tell me another game on this.
Oh, you want me to go through? You want me to?
Unless you came up with an idea for
No,
your
no,
question
no,
at the beginning.
I'll take another game. Let me. How about we spend a brief time to talk about Chibi Robo.
Xander's favorite.
We should have started with Chibi Robo.
We should have. We
'cause
never
could-
even mentioned Kid Icarus, by the way.
I was
could-
gonna
okay,
mention Kid
okay.
He ran out of
Here's a thought.
Maybe we'll do a
We
follow-up.
could
We
save,
need to.
we could save Chibi Robo because I do want to do a follow up to this and do Chibi Robo and Kid Icarus, and there's some other ones like Excite Bike and so on. And so
Oh
forth.
yeah, we left out a lot of deep ones too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do we just want to do a little bit of an outro type thing, and save these because I don't want to start Chibi Robo and only have 2 minutes to
Yeah.
talk about.
Can we
it.
talk about Ice Climber for 1 minute?
Oh yeah, Ice
sure.
Climber's not gonna take long. I don't have much to say about these.
The
two.
Ice Climbers.
That's a very
They're
NES
there.
game.
Ice Climber as a game has been released one time. It has been re-released on multiple different consoles, including inside the game Animal Crossing on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And they
they're
are
in
somehow
Smash.
in Smash Bros.
How are they in Smash?
Why not?
I think it's just because it's a unique character
I think it's like
thing.
I think
yeah.
they basically live in Super Smash.
it's even it's just like when they added Pit originally from Kid Icarus. Now
is this guy?
now that he has Kid Icarus Uprising, he's somewhat more well known. Obviously, he's quite a bit more well known.
They-
But like when he came out, I mean, I wasn't in the gaming landscape that much at the ripe age of like 5 or whatever.
Truly.
But like, I can only imagine the confusion. Like, who? What? Who
is this guy?
Pit? He doesn't even look like he does in the NES games because in those games he's 8-bit and like
He's
he
8-bit.
totally looks different. It looks like he looks in Smash as if he had kept getting games and his design had like evolved over time. Like he doesn't even look like a
Like in
3D version of his 8-bit. Like he doesn't look like
He looks
that
like
character.
His design did primarily just come from Smash Bros. Like they just made him up.
Literally, yeah. Like he looks like he had been getting new games since then and had evolved, but he hadn't. They just brought him back. I don't know if Sakurai liked Kid Icarus or what, but Ice Climbers is kind of the same vein. And I don't think that kind of arcade style of game is dead. Like arcade style games still exist on home consoles, so like Ice Climbers could exist,
We could have a remake sometime.
but I
soon.
don't think anyone's clamoring for a new Ice Climber.
Me.
Oh, okay. Well,
well. Anyways, on that note,
on that note,
it's 4 o'clock.
we'll be back next week. What are we going to talk about? This is where we tease what we're talking about.
We'll figure it out. So
Okay.
next week's a weird week.
Just like-
because it's spring break.
Just like last week where we didn't have anything planned. Xander, in a perfect world, what would be your episode of choice next week?
in a perfect world, I want to talk about something that Daniel's not too familiar with. Just because he's not gonna be here.
Well, I'm gonna be on the
So,
phone, hopefully.
If he's on the phone, hopefully chime in when we start talking about the Blazing Blade in Fire Emblem.